We are OUI Technology, and we like to employ technology to help people with disabilities to overcome various obstacles. For many people, technology makes things convenient, but for people with disabilities, it often simply makes things possible. For blind people, people with low vision, or for people whose hands are paralyzed, technology returns such basic abilities as reading and writing to them. Without technology, these people cannot read books in their traditional form, and this is not just a matter of leisure, but also a real obstacle for studying and acquiring knowledge. Various special institutions, assistants, or support centers therefore work hard to turn books into audiobooks that one can listen to. Other groups transcribe the same books into tactile braille print, and still different efforts are put into turning books into accessible digital forms, which can be viewed on electronic devices. This all takes tremendous amount of work, which seriously limits the number of documents that can be turned into such an accessible form, and it makes it difficult to obtain the same work in various forms, which often is what would be needed even by the same person. We saw that we could employ technology to make this process simpler, processing every book just once and then obtaining various forms for various people automatically, or with much less work. We also saw this as an opportunity to make the target forms as clean, consistent, and well usable by people with disabilities as possible. This is why we created BOOKOO, an online digital system that allows people to create accessible books or to turn existing books into accessible forms. Every book is processed just once, and then it becomes available in various forms, such as accessible HTML, EPUB, printed braille, or print with large letters. We are watching the creation of such a new book right now. The BOOKOO online editor makes it easy. There is no need to install anything. Just access the website and create a new entry.
Welcome to our demo book about geography.
After creating a new book, one can immediately start adding chapters and content.
Title: Earth. Description: basic information about planet Earth. Earth is the planet we live on.
The visual editor is very similar to other kinds of visual editors, so it is quite straightforward how to use it to structure the text with headings or how to add images.
Planet Earth. Image: planet Earth seen from space is mostly blue.
The editor also allows for some idioms commonly found in books, such as captions under images or other types of content. It is also possible to add more complex structures, such as tables, and the application leads the user to do it in such a way which can be later made well accessible.
Table: brief history of life on Earth. Expand to list by rows in Braille.
The editor even allows to input mathematics or exercises.
X squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1.
Then in digital outputs, exercises will be interactive, while in classical outputs, they will be printed out along with a key of correct answers.
Earth is, billion years old.
Once the book or the document are created, readers are able to access them in various ways. The first way is online through a web browser. This is important because the web is a platform which offers various choices of assistive technologies to people with disabilities, and where these technologies are most developed right now. The book can also be exported into various offline forms. One of them is EPUB, the standard for modern electronic publications. It is a file which can be opened on a computer, a phone or a tablet in a way which very much resembles the classical book. However, these digital books have reflowable content, which means that users with low vision can make the letters larger without introducing the need for horizontal scrolling, which is so tiresome in books which are not adapted for accessibility. The user can also set a different color scheme, which makes reading more comfortable in different environments, and it is crucial for people affected by light sensitivity. Books in this form can also be read by an electronic voice or operated with assistive technologies for people who are blind, dyslexic, or who do not have good control over their hands. The book can also be exported into tactile braille alphabet, a form needed by many people who are blind. The system produces a file, which can be printed directly on a braille printer, or it can be displayed on a computer. Not only it contains text, but also mathematics in the Nemeth coding, tables and exercises. All of these pieces of content are formatted according to the BAN standards and use the correct character table for the given language. Finally, the book can also be exported to a reformatted PDF, so that one can use a classical printer to print a version of the book with large letters. Since 2012, we've run this technology for one special school in the Czech Republic, which cares for students with special needs. They have already used this system to adapt 100 textbooks for their students. Cooperation with publishers made it possible to import some content, such as images, directly into the system and therefore to simplify the task of making the books accessible. Students can now benefit from having these books available in a range of various accessible forms. As for BOOKOO itself, we made it available for the public as a service on our website, which anyone can use to prepare accessible documents and to convert books into accessible forms. For those more technically minded, it is also available as modules, which can be connected to other systems. We still dream that one day publishers will publish books that need no adaptations, and that all commonly used word processors will be able to produce accessible forms of documents automatically, so that the resulting books and documents can be truly useful for everyone. But this remains a dream, at least for now, and it is good to have BOOKOO as a working solution. This was BOOKOO by OUI Technology Ltd. Thank you for watching.